moment. And then the moment happens, the culmination happens, the milestone happens. Hey, welcome. Did Perry Church let out already? Welcome, Dawn. Okay. Well, the culmination happens, or the big milestone happens, or the anticipated moment occurs. And then there's a little bit of a letdown. Then there's a little bit of a exhale. Then there's a little bit of a so what, now what? You know? And, oh, Dawn, I don't know if you guys are twins. I'd have to put your pictures next to one another. But you are tocayas. Tocaya is a Spanish word, Tocaya, and it means that you have the same names. Right? So anybody whose name is Monica, they're my tocaya. So you guys are tocayas. That's as close to twins as you're going to be, I think. Anyway, so the oxytocin wears off, the excitement wears off, the passion wears off, the adrenaline, it wears off. So you need to give yourself some space for that letdown. If you don't anticipate it, then it might show up as though it were disappointment. It might show up as though it were disappointment, or a letdown, or this person wasn't what I expected, or this project wasn't what I expected, this conference wasn't what I expected, whatever the case may be. But that's not what that is. That lowering of energy isn't what that is. It's actually homeostasis at work. Do you know about homeostasis? How many of you know what homeostasis is? It's a biological term. Okay, you're twins in the Kool-Aid, got it. That's great. That's awesome. I appreciate you ladies both. All right, so homeostasis is this automatic checks and balance system that your body goes into when it needs to bring harmony back to itself. So for example, a very basic example of homeostasis is when your body temperature rises. In order to cool itself off and in order to bring itself back to a quote-unquote normal temperature, your body will sweat. And that's how you cool off, so that you can remain at a temperature that your body can still function, because it's already pretty hot. You don't want to fry your internal organs. So your body will do stuff like sweating in order to bring you back down in temperature. Does that make sense? And so the same thing happens, let's say, for example, when you are running. When you're running and your heart rate is up, your lungs will start and you're breathing faster and faster so that you can get yourself into a state of homeostasis, because you're exerting more energy than your body's used to. And so what it'll do is it'll require more oxygen so that it can bring itself back to a state of homeostasis. Same thing happens in relationships, same thing happens in business, same thing happens with projects, etc. Comes a point when you hustle, and you're building up to this amazing, denouement. Your husband brings a lot of homeostasis to you. We're not talking about party poopers. That's not what we're talking about. Hey Felicia, welcome. Lady Music. So there comes a point when you've reached this particular milestone in that business, when, okay, the website is finished, or okay, the conference is happening, okay, you're about to go on stage, okay, you met the man, you met the woman, you went on that first weekend getaway, you went on that first date, or whatever the case may be. And that time is done, and now you have to breathe. Get yourself back into a state of homeostasis. That's not disappointment. That's not a letdown. That's just homeostasis happening. But if you allow it to lower your energy, lower your expectations, kind of disappoint you and get you into a negative state of emotional state, then you won't stick around for the next high. you won't stick around for the next milestone or achievement, because you will misinterpret the low as a letdown. And you'll withdraw your attention, you will withdraw your energy, you will withdraw the very things, energy, attention, focus, the very things that will actually ramp you up for the next milestone, for the next achievement, for the next result. The very things, the very ingredients, the very raw ingredients that will get you to the next achievement. If you misinterpret that low as a letdown, you will retreat them, you will withdraw them. And by the very nature of that, you'll set yourself up for failure. And then you will be right that it was a letdown. But it's not because it was inherently a letdown, it's because you removed yourself. Does that make sense? Man, so deep. When I figured that shit out, I was like, man, so many lost opportunities. So many good people. So, what do you do? Who's that? Nikisha Michelle. I never knew why I was so high on TV tapings for shows, and then when we get complete, I would get depressed. Yeah, well, now you know. Homeostasis. Who knew? You should have been paying attention in biology class. Who knew? So, the next time that this happens, typically, if you don't know about this, and this is not anybody's fault, you know, people sometimes don't explain this to you, right? So, the next time that this happens, tea tonight? Yeah, I think it's tea every night. Or water, tea or water. The next time that this happens, that you are like on this roller coaster and like, and you're heading to that high, and you go through that low, give yourself time to sit in the silence. Give yourself time to sit in the low without making up anything about it. I've had an experience of this week myself. Trust me. I'm telling you because I know. When I came back from San Diego, there's like this lull. There's this, you know, the energy's not the way that it used to be before San Diego. And hola Viviane, hola bonita. And what does it mean? And you said 3 words. What were they? Attention, energy, and focus. Attention, energy, and focus. I think that's what I said. So sit in the silence and sit in the discomfort of it. Sit in the awkward pause. Who's that? Easy Buddy, welcome. And hello from Tampa, DJ Goku. For some reason, I'm having a hard time reading. Can you make the text bigger? Can you do that on Periscope? Because I find myself having to like show you my forehead in order to read, like, I know. Oh my God. Only if you use your iPad. Well, what about a tablet? What about an Android tablet? Does it work on an Android? Goodness gracious. You know, when I was younger, people always used to tease me that I had a 5 head. I'm like, oh, you're right. You can fit 5 fingers in there. You're right, I have a 5 head. Anyway, sit in the silence. That's where I left off. Oh, I'm not saying I don't look great, honey. I know, child, please. I got myself educated by Viviane, so I'm clear. I'm just trying to look out for y'all because every time I have to read, I have to show you my forehead. I have to like do a little forehead bump. Boom. Boom. Okay. It's not hubris. I promise you, it's not hubris. Anyway, so when you get into this lull, when you get into this little pregnant pause between projects or whatever, allow yourself to just kind of sit in the silence. Allow yourself to be empty. Like, you don't have to fill it with food or sex, with TV, or, going shopping or whatever. Just like chill, relax. Allow the emptiness and the silence between the notes, because that is also music. Okay? Like that song, I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston. Well, the Whitney cover, I should say. Right? Like there's this crescendo, and before you know it, you know that she's gonna go, and right? But the minute, like the nanosecond before she goes there, you're like, oh, it's coming. Oh, it's coming. That's okay. That pregnant pause is okay. We can sprinkle a little sex though, right? Well, if you know what sex is for. If you don't know what sex is for, it might numb you and then, work against you. But that's another story. As I sip my tea. Okay. Another scope. I promise you, as much as I know about business, I've been in business for 15 years. I have lost millions of dollars. I have made millions of dollars. I have helped Fortune 500 companies in their leadership, in their branding, in their business automation, profits and systems. I've talked finance. I've talked wealth consciousness. Y'all don't want to hear none of that. Y'all want to hear about relationships and sex and God. That is hilarious to me. That is good stuff. Nobody here is saying like, hey, how can I be down? Right. Because business women don't talk about it? Don't talk about sex and God? Is that what it is? Or you want to hear it all? I want it all. Do you know who that is? You don't know. That's Katie Lang. Musical Tourette's. You want that too. I want to hear about learning how to grow my business from an expert. Well, that's what I'm here for, child. That's what I'm here for. But here's the thing. Hey, Sandra, Parachurch is over. Sorry I'm late. That's quite all right, my dear. Yes, because when it's lacking, it messes up personal confidence. Correct. Here's the thing, and this is something that I talked about in Sacred Commerce, in my newest book, Sacred Commerce, is that you want to hear branding and more. Oh, okay, awesome. So when you don't handle, I always say that every business challenge is a personal growth challenge in disguise. And for a lot of people, the conversation about pricing or the conversation about packaging, the conversation about branding is really a conversation about self-identification and self-worth underneath it all. Conversation about building a team and letting go of control, delegation, automation, hiring and firing, training people, letting go of and trusting them to do their best. All of those conversations, although it sounds like business concerns, they're really a conversation about how do I be in relationship, be authentically myself, and not get left holding the bag. Abandonment issues, betrayal issues, trust issues, control issues, all of that stuff is in that conversation. So, and that's why when I talk about the 7 domains of business mastery, I know you've been preaching it, Bonita. I know. Aw, shucks, I come in right when you're talking to me. That's why in Sacred Commerce, when I talk about those 7 domains of business mastery, those 7 domains are connected to the 7 chakras in your body. Because when you can heal the root chakra issues about your own survival and about your deserving to be here, then you can heal the conversation about money in your business, because money to your business is like oxygen to your life, right? The purpose of your life is not to produce oxygen, but if you don't produce oxygen, you're not going to live very long. And it's the same. Let me go read the Sacred Commerce. You did download it, right? So in the same way, the purpose of your business is not to make money. I don't care what anybody tells you. It is not to make money. And if anybody says that to you, you tell them that I said they're wrong. The purpose of your business is not to make money. But if your business does not make money, it cannot live out its purpose because it cannot sustain itself. Finance of basics and be sustained in your finances first, right? So root chakra, survival, money. Sacral chakra is reproduction, the sexual organs, right? And so that's where your systems and your structures come in. You'll see it all in Sacred Commerce. And so when you don't handle those basics, right? Money, pricing, sustainability. This is how much money I need to survive, and this is how much money I need to, in order for me to make a profit so that I can reinvest in my business and reproduce the success that I want to see in my business, right? Who's that? Swing back. What type of doctor are you? Psychology and comparative religions, 2 PhDs. So when you do that, you'll notice that you start healing a lot of the conversations that have plagued you all of your life because of your business. That's why I always say that business is one of the greatest self-development tools on the planet, because you have to face all your crap. You have to face the emotional wounds. You have to face the psychological, the mental wounds. You have to face the self-talk. You have to face how to play with others, how to gain friends and influence people. It's Dr. M rated. Ooh, go ahead, Dawn. Oh, that's funny. So that's why I started this conversation with, when it's no longer pretty or exciting. That's when you start getting to work. That's when the work is at. That's not the time to hang back. Sometimes we're like, oh, the thrill is gone and I'm no longer in love with my husband, or I'm no longer passionate about this business. So fucking what? That's when the work gets done. Bet not nobody mess with our Dr. M. Shaki, you gonna start blocking people? That's very funny. Thank you, my love. You honor me. Yeah, that's when you roll up your sleeves. It's like, okay, now we're starting to get some work done. Now that I don't find you sexy anymore, now that you're not exciting anymore, now that this shit has become a pain in the ass officially, now I can get some work done. Right? Who's envious of the 2 PhDs? You don't have to be envious. Go to school. Take yourself to school. That was something that was on my bucket list for quite some time. When are we going to do a blab together? I'm waiting on you, bud. I'm waiting on you. You let me know. Do you give therapy sessions? No, I give success sessions. You don't need therapy. You need education. You don't need anybody to fix you. You need somebody to educate you on the perfection you already are. All right. Hey now. Hey now. Did that just fly out of my mouth? It sure did. It just flew out of my mouth. Don't play with me. Have you ever known me to play with you, Kair? Have you ever known me to play with you? Okay. That's all I'm going to say about that. All right. So any questions on everything that we just covered? You don't need therapy. You need education. I miss everything. What? Weren't you here earlier? Assumed PhD stood for post-hole digger. I don't even know what that means, dude. I don't even know what that means. You have 15 seconds to get your life. You are awesome, DIC. Okay. Oh, you had a call and had to go. Okay, that's okay. That's all right. Listen to the replay. Okay. Yeah, I know. I know what you meant. Okay. Is that what I need to do? Kair, is that what I need to do? Help me out. Help me out, King. What do I need to do? I will catch you on another show. Do you really? Swing back 1, 2, 3. Calgary couple looking for professional single ladies. Oh, you're a swinger. Okay. Hey. It's not this kind of show, but all right. Yeah, let's let Darren and Jessica come around once again, and then we can handle that. We can handle that. Friga leaks. Hey, no judgment. I think swingers have a great old time. It's just not that kind of show right now. That's all. All right. So, any questions about all the stuff that I just mentioned? Because I kind of did run off at the mouth. I meant to just deliver 1 point, and I think I delivered like 7. Talisha, Sacred Commerce is great. Yay! I'm actually thinking about doing a course based on Sacred Commerce. You guys have been on the down low sending me emails and Facebook chats telling me, can you go into this and can we do like a little, the way you did a boot camp, or you're going to be able to do something about Sacred Commerce? And is that something you guys want? Sacred Commerce course? Yeah? Okay. Don says, do it. Felicia says, indeed. You've read it twice. No kidding. Okay. You're going to go tomorrow, okay?